When people look at me, they don't understand why I'm as big as I am. A lot of people don't like my ego. A lot of people don't like me. And a lot of people is not as original as I am.
6ix9ine's story is probably one of the greatest ever told.
The eyes always been on me. Nobody really knows Tekashi69. I'm number fucking one.
How does this kid go from sleeping on the floor to not even be able to buy diapers for their child, become the biggest superstar in rap, and after that you throw it all away and end up in jail? In 8 episodes, we're about to expose the whole 6ix9ine story. It's a toxic cocktail of clout chasing, fake friends, street infamy, and overnight celebrity. It feels like 4 movies in one. It's the story of a kid who, a year before, you were sleeping on the ground and he was in a very desperate situation.
It was nice that we would go to sleep with no food in our stomach.
You went to some extreme measures. You're just trying to do a few things to get on.
This is a store where Young Danny used to work at, but shit was not paying the bills, so he had to leave this shit. So he started going viral, making dumb videos.
I got the best videos in America.
When you look at how quickly he got to the top, 6ix9ine's entire career was only the span of 1 year.
Every song I put out makes Billboard Top 100.
6ix9ine started becoming the super troll agitator who is going against everyone.
At the end of the day, it's my job to get under people's skin.
Tekashi became the new king of social media. He really knew how to create attention around himself.
Listen, Charmaine, you don't got no Billboard records.
Yeah, because I got a nationally syndicated radio show.
You don't got no Billboard records.
Antagonizing being such of his secret method, it was a growing skill set that he acquired it. He came in with that at point 30 and increasingly got to all-time antagonist champion.
I invite you to test my gangster.
6ix9ine just got addicted to the idea that he was untouchable and that people would get more and more interested in him as he beefed with more and more people like Chief Keef, Tato, YG.
Like I'm most hated, you know what I'm saying? Everyone wants to come for me.
There's more plot twists than any of your favorite series on Netflix.
You just kidnapped 6ix9ine. Tekashi69? You just kidnapped from my car.
Who gets kidnapped? I can't name another rapper who got kidnapped.
I end up in the back of a car just like...
At times, you can't believe what happened next.
Today, it was revealed Tekashi is a part of the 9 Trey gang and has actively worked to peddle heroin and attempted to kill rival members.
Every day I tell this nigga he got 5-6 months left. Am I lying?
Not yet, but you be hating.
I got in the game by being a fan who just wanted to have a voice. At this point, you're in that top 5 hottest right now.
So get fat.
And I never thought you'd be in. 2017 was the year of 6ix9ine. By November, he had 8 top 10 Billboard singles, co-signs from major artists, and 15 million followers on social media.
I'm literally the hottest artist in the world right now.
His video Gummo got 80 million views. You really cannot knock him for the way that he was able to get the attention.
Gummo was Tekashi's biggest hit, but it was also where he took a wrong turn by getting too close to real-life gangsters.
And I'm ready to die, and I'm ready to kill.
Jesus Christ, that's not what we want, Tekashi.
From that point, 6ix9ine was aligned with the gang, and violence began to follow wherever they went.
If 9 Trey was on the radar of the federal government and agents and law enforcement before Tekashi, what Tekashi did was gas lit it.
One thing I fear in life. No, 2 things. I'm not gonna. I fear God and I fear the FBI. Only 2 things I'm scared of in life.
Tekashi69, he's fighting federal charges for his freedom.
He and 5 of his former associates were arrested on racketeering and firearm charges.
I'm still amazed that so much drama he was going through, he still was able to make hot songs.
I'm gonna be myself and let the world know who Tekashi69 is. Right now, as we all know, these venues don't want nothing to do with me.
Shotty's saying, this is the boss man right here. What the boss man says goes.
My energy is too crazy.
So you're talking to
Treyway.
After he denounced the 9 Trey Bloods and Shotty, that was going to be a problem because they weren't going to go away quietly.
Gunfire erupted after men affiliated with New York rapper Tekashi69 got into an altercation.
Harv was punching him and then filmed him getting Tekashi on tape admitting, I'm not a real member of this gang.
That's cool, but now you gotta get violated.
Yeah, super violated. Super.
6ix9ine just got addicted to the idea that he was untouchable.
I'm literally the hottest artist in the world right now.
Tekashi69 is fighting federal charges for his freedom.
Yo, this nigga be hating, bro.
No, if I just gas you, you gonna take that and just think you on some unstoppable shit.
I am unstoppable, bro. Is it
no, you're not.
In part 2 of our 8-part series, Tekashi69 VS The World, we're gonna explain how a poor kid from Brooklyn became a viral superstar and crafted the persona that captivated the country. You're a product of your environment, so to really get to know 6ix9ine, you got to go back to when he was just Danny, a boy facing tragedy growing up in the streets of Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Growing up in Bushwick is just, you know, regular street shit. Like, if you from New York, you already know how Brooklyn give it up. You know what I mean? There's cops on every corner and all that bullshit. I'm from Brooklyn, 18 Locust Street.
So you grew up in Bushwick your whole life?
Yeah. My mom came here from Mexico.
And where was your pops?
I knew my real dad. Came into my life when I was 2.
Got it.
Got murdered when I was 13 in 2010.
Jesus Christ.
Like, I type hate myself for that shit, cause like an hour before that, like, my dad asked me to go to the supermarket with him, and I was like, no, I don't want to go, just go. Never came back.
When you have turmoil, when you have losses, when you have stuff like that, people tend to do different things to kind of like replace it or to kind of get over that hurt. And I felt like, you know, he was a hurt kid, you could see it.
After his father was killed, 6ix9ine never made it to high school. He took the name Tekashi from a local tattoo artist because he thought the name sounded dope. The 6ix9ine is provocative and about seeing things from different perspectives.
What do you see?
I see 9.
I see 6. What do you see?
6.
What I see?
9.
What did you see before?
9.
What did I see?
6.
Alright, so you literally just put yourself in my shoes, right?
He started doing whatever it took just to go viral and build his following.
Yo, young boy Tekashi69, you know, follow me.
He understood it. He was popular on the internet. They were just kids creating some shit. He went viral for like doing a wrestling move to a girl in a bed. Already had hundreds of thousands of views and shit like that. I think Tekashi was somebody that wasn't scared of doing anything to just like get on, get like some awareness. His hunger for viral, his hunger for clout was at degrees I've never seen.
When did you actually start rapping, like, in your mind? When did this whole journey begin?
Well, I started rapping for fun, to be honest with you. I didn't really want to be a rapper or whatever. I just started making music because everybody was just like, yo, you look mad cool, like, you know what I mean?
When you seen this guy literally covered all over with 6ix9ine, and you saw a few face tats, and the hair, not just one color, is like 7. This is the most extreme attempt to be where rap seems to be going.
You know, the rainbow hair, the face tattoos, I think that his look clearly gets people to like go, who the hell is that?
Yeah, I look like a savage.
Before long, 6ix9ine had developed a persona to go with his image. Just personally, if he's in his room, like, he'll make everybody laugh, like he's that type of kid. But then you see him and you can see, like, I don't know if he's getting into character or that's just a hidden side of him. But when you would see him in the Gummo video, you see shouting and he's like throwing up gang signs, and he would almost become someone else.
There was Daniel Hernandez and there was 6ix9ine. Danny was this very shy person, very mellow, very scared person, and who 6ix9ine is a very loud person.
When 6ix9ine first started rapping, he worked with Scum Gang, a Brooklyn rap crew with a loose affiliation with the Crips.
What's that on your shirt?
Scum, society can't understand me.
At 6ix9ine, he reached out to me, and they want to link up because they want to be skunking. You feel me? So with them was like, all right, now we're gonna have the rock side. Like, you feel me? We're gonna have the crazy side.
2016 is the scum year. You feel me?
He just really wanted to be famous. He was creative. He had ideas, but he didn't know how to put it together.
Dizzy and Scum Gang helped 6ix9ine perfect
Come in like the last 2 counts of the bar before and come in more smooth.
6ix9ine's viral audience was soon hooked on the new cocky and crazy looking rapper from Bushwick.
You know, 6ix9ine, he did a few videos with us, but he's selfish. You feel me? He ain't want to put nobody else on. He want to be the star. That's when shit started getting rocky.
6ix9ine started heating up, and the rest of the Scum Gang, they started to feel like they were being left behind.
And the relationship fell out. You understand? And that's what caused the whole, I'm gonna be rebellious, I'm gonna get with the blood since I can't be with the Crips no more.
He wasn't Scum Gang. He wasn't with those guys, because now he's with Nitre.
Them big bloods in this bitch.
And where was your pops? My real dad got murdered when I was 13 in 2010.
Jesus Christ.
2016 is the scum year, you feel me?
He did a few videos with us, but 6ix9ine, he's selfish.
Dizzy said to him, you're not Crip anymore, you're not valid, you're not safe with the Crips.
I broke the internet. I break the internet, man. That's not good.
That guy's a goofball. You're supposed to be the biggest blood, and you just ask me all the Crips for help. It don't make no sense. Okay. I don't get it.
Part 3 of this 8-part series, we're gonna explain how 6ix9ine's viral fame actually made him infamous. After he left the Scum Gang, he went out to LA.
6ix9ine clicked up with Trippy. They do the Polls song.
After 6ix9ine and Trippy dropped Polls, Trippy walked him into 10K and he signed a deal on the spot with the label. Trippy gave 6ix9ine the push he needed, but it wasn't until Gummo hit the internet in fall 2017 that his likes and followers start racking up. I think Gummo was kind of meant to shock you.
How about where's Lydia?
My first thought was, oh, this guy's about to be the New York Young Thug.
I forgot where I heard the song, but like this is the hardest song I've heard out of New York in 10 years. After Gummo, he gets hot. So the video drops, but Trippy and 6ix9ine fall out because the producer, Pierre Bourne, he sent the beat first to Trippy Red.
Tekashi wound up getting a hold of the beat, used it, it turned into this, viral, huge sensation.
The shit with Trippy, it's a little bit of jealousy. Trippy Red was bigger than Tekashi, and Tekashi started picking up so much energy. Yo, this is crazy. I put this kid on. Like, I'm Trippy Red. I put him on polls.
And then Trippy says in this video, 6ix9ine, he's a pedophile.
In February 2015, Tekashi is with some people he doesn't really know that well, and this girl comes over. A couple of the men have sex with her. Tekashi touches her. He shares video on his Instagram account, and the girl's mother sees the video. Turns out the girl is 13. Tekashi is arrested.
Trippy's like, yo, only reason I'm exposing you is because I don't want people to think that I'm associated with the pedophile. That started a chain reaction because for everyone else who was around him, they then were like, oh, I don't want people to think I'm rocking with him either.
You and Trippy kind of kicked off. One of the big allegations that came out of that was an allegation of rape. That you was a rapist, child molester, a predator.
Tekashi69 personally uploaded the video. Remember, I'm not touching the girl. I'm not having sexual intercourse with the girl. I'm not doing nothing.
6ix9ine! 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 6ix9ine!
He never forgot that. He wanted everybody who helped spread that, he wanted them to all pay. And it wasn't, hey, killing was your success. It's like, I'm gonna taunt you along the way. That's how it spirals into him literally going against everyone.
He went out and let people know that he wasn't afraid of anyone, that if you came against him, he would go back at you.
I don't cause no problem, man. You know what I'm saying? I address him.
If you come out and you have that persona as a gangster, nowadays, people are going to check your resume.
He gets some non-trade niggas in the stock, and they co-sign him, and that's when shit got crazy.
The 9 Trey Gangster Bloods, or 9 Trey, is a gang that was formed in Rikers Island in 1993. The gang is organized into the prison lineup and the street lineup. There's Godfather, High 020, Low 020, and then Generals, 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star. Tekashi's original manager grew up with Seiko Billy. Seiko was a 5-star general. Tekashi wanted to shoot this video, and he shot it at Seiko's aunt's house. Seiko got everyone there, and was when Tekashi first met everyone in 9 Trey orbit, including Shotty.
We just get started.
Everyone in the neighborhood knew Shotty. They knew what he was, they knew what he stood for, they knew what he was about, including Danny.
Shotty came around, was able to read that temperature and identify that there was something special happening.
Once Shotty realized and saw the potential that Danny had in terms of captivating the industry and making money, they kind of gelled and built a relationship off of that.
You believe in somebody when they believe in themselves. Like, again, he's a genius. He's a genius when it comes to the marketing, promotion-wise. He's just a genius.
After that, Shotty became his manager. Shotty was the only person that I saw around 6ix9ine that never looked at him as the little homie. I remember a vivid conversation of Shotty saying, "This is the boss man right here. What the boss man says goes."
He's always been the same person he is today. He's just a great person, a great individual.
When he first introduced me to Shotty, he was like, "This how I'm good in the city. I can go anywhere I want because of this dude." Like, I'm like, "Okay, so Shotty official?" And he was like, "Yeah, he official."
Shotty idolized Death Row. He idolized how Suge did stuff.
Trigger is the new Death Row because we come into the game with the ferocity.
Tekashi69 got the authenticity, he got the notoriety, he became famous, and the 9 Trey Bloods, they got money from him. What happened was that he started believing his own hype. He started believing that he was a gangster, that he had guns, that if you crossed him, he had a powerful gang behind him.
I'm gangster. I know I'm gangster. I tell everybody all the time, test my gangster, right?
If you put that energy out there, like, that energy is gonna come find you.
One of the big allegations that came out of that was an allegation of rape. That she was a rapist.
Tekashi69 personally uploaded the video. Remember, I'm not touching the girl, I'm not having sexual intercourse with the girl, I'm not doing nothing.
He never forgot that. He wanted everybody who helped spread that, he wanted them to all pay.
I want to say to all my haters that, you know, I really appreciate y'all. Because 2 weeks ago, nobody was jacking Tekashi69, but y'all niggas made me relevant.
In part 4 of our 8-part series, we're gonna look at how 6ix9ine's trolling and the protection by the 9 Trey Bloods fuels some of his biggest hip-hop beefs. The Gummo video announced to the world that this kid with rainbow hair, man, he was a real deal, man. If you ain't believe him, look around. You gonna believe the people around him, because he had some real life gangsters around him. He was backed by the 9 Trey Bloods, who everybody knew in New York. Casanova was pretty vocal in saying, "Yo, listen, I don't think that kid bout it." Casanova uploads a record called Set Trippin'. There was some subliminal lines that could be taken as a diss to 6ix9ine.
Worldstar put it out as parentheses 6ix9ine diss, question mark. That's where everybody then forced it. I was talking to Casanova every single day. "Yo, Cass, I need to get you on the phone with Tekashi." The internet was pushing a beat, and Tekashi was getting revved up.
6ix9ine eventually clapped back at Casanova during a show at Club Freak in New York.
I just remember putting my head down being like, "Tekashi, I'm trying to fix this, and now you're publicly antagonizing."
6ix9ine knows the beef is good for business.
Why all the beefs and why that? Because we're gonna get the people what they want.
Every day, constantly, just always ready to beef with somebody, and he was good at it.
Everyone wants to come for me.
You don't think telling people to suck your dick online got anything to do with it too?
Nah, I tell niggas suck my dick every day.
Even when we watched his Breakfast Club interview, he was able to out-troll Charlemagne. No one does that, right?
Listen, Charlemagne, you don't got no Billboard records.
Yeah, because I got a nationally syndicated radio
you don't got
show.
no Billboard records.
6ix9ine then challenged Glow Gang's artist Tato by flirting online with Tato's ex, Cuban Doll. Tato asked 6ix9ine to fall back, but instead of falling back, 6ix9ine actually upped the ante and aired a video with Cuban Doll dissing Chief Keef, Tato, and the whole Glow Gang crew.
I was like, oh my God, it's gonna be one big mess. And he asked me if he could post it, and I was like, no, don't do that and all this. But he got his own mind. He gonna do what he want anyways.
Soon after that viral video hit the internet, Chief Keef, Tato, and even Trippie Redd linked up to drop a song called I Kill People.
I remember that whole beef, them going back and forth, him really trolling Chief Keef.
Tekashi didn't need people to like him. He wasn't bothered by everything that you've seen him react to. He understands how the internet works. Views, right?
Treyway! 6ix9ine kind of proved that, oh, maybe you can beef with beloved figures if you're ridiculous enough and if you make the whole thing a spectacle.
Now, beefing, Man, that's like essential when trying to drum up publicity or some type of attention. But 6ix9ine would surround himself with like real shooters because, you know, beef, even though it works in hip hop, it could also get mad real.
We're talking real gangster to real gangsters. So you have to have real gangsters around you now. So now the real gangsters behind him, now they start bumping. Now that's when gangster shit start happening.
On Saturday, April 21st,
Adrian Broner hits me and says, bro, I got a fight at the Barclays. I want 6ix9ine to walk me out. It was announced earlier that Casanova's walking out a different fighter in a different fight. And I was like, huh? Wait, Casanova's gonna be there? Less than 2 hours later, I hear shots get fired. When things like that happen, I always call his phone. So I'm like, yo, bro, are you okay? Like, wait, these are shooting in the Barclay? Someone let off a shot after two crews bumped into each other in a hallway before the fight.
This is what I was dealing with for months. It's like, shoot him, don't shoot him. Shoot him, kill him.
No. Hold on. Not confusing. Don't shoot him.
Yeah, no, but I'm like, no, but this is what, like, it comes to in the real world.
Shotty was arrested for the shooting, but was eventually released. Just as the beef with Casanova blew over,
in June, there was another incident.
Chief Keef was in New York. Tekashi didn't very much like that. He and whoever did pull the trigger went out to Midtown, fired a gun, shot at Chief Keef.
Somebody shooting at Chief Keef in the middle of Midtown Manhattan is insanity.
Midtown Manhattan, that's a no-no. He was also going out, getting into disputes in different cities. And he started believing that he was indestructible.
with so many beefs under 6ix9ine's belt, he kind of became a liability. Live shows are being canceled left and right.
He couldn't get nothing going in the US. Like, no one even wanted to look in his direction.
You know, these venues are scared of you. Because right now, as we all know, these venues don't want nothing to do with me.
It's a Slovakian, like, record label. He was like, we got to get him popping overseas.
Niggas looking for me. Everybody talking about, yo, when I see that rainbow head motherfucker, when I see that, when I see that kid, I'm gonna smack the shit out of him. Everybody looking for me. You know where 6ix9ine at.
In part 5 of this 8-part series, we're going to look at the rise of Tekashi69 overseas as his relationship with his manager Shotty begins to fall apart. Every time you think something is done, there's another drama coming. Like, he couldn't get nothing going in the US. Like, no one even wanted to look in his direction.
Oh no, these venues don't want nothing to do with me.
They are scared to give niggas deals when there's too much gang around. Because it's like, whoa, something bad's gonna happen.
Venues don't want the problem, because if this rapper comes in, God forbid, like a Tekashi69, and he shoots someone at your venue, well, then the venue is going to get penalized.
6ix9ine first connected with the Slovakian record label them online. They helped him build a huge international fan base.
It's like one of the best people I've ever met. Make some noise for Nyasia.
My name is Yaksha. I'm CEO of the music label. The music label helped 6ix9ine. I invited him to Europe.
They took his records and they marketed over there.
Yo, Spain, make some noise.
They brought him out there and he went on tour.
It was his vision from the beginning of the World Domination Tour. After that, we planned the Europe tour.
Once I did the tour all through Europe, people crying when they met me, like literally people gasping for air. Sold out shows 29 different countries. My favorite country is Slovakia though, Bratislava.
I remember he used to be bragging to me about it, like, yo, I tour, my audience is crazy overseas in Europe.
And he had such a really, really crazy fan base in Europe.
Are you ready?
It's a whole different type of show. His energy from beginning to end of the show, I've never seen such crowd engagement. He actually like walks on top of the crowd, like does crazy shit I've never seen before.
He was starting to do those big numbers, but now enjoying the power and the luxury of kind of commanding dudes to do whatever. It's like you get to a point where once you've got the money and fame, you want that credibility and like street presence almost.
Tekashi definitely took on the ultimate power of feeling like, yo, he had goons now. 100%. Just being able to do it. He's never had muscle. He's never probably been even in the position of boss like that.
You could see that it changed him a bit. The people around him, like, had those had quite influence on him after he grew up.
Treyway.
Those in the know say that the person closest to 6ix9ine was Shotty.
Tekashi felt like Shotty was Superman, Batman. Like, nobody could tell Shotty nothing. That's how Tekashi thought, lived, breathed. Shotty, invincible.
The relationship that they had was more like a brotherhood, but 6 always gave the orders.
This guy is the guy who will make sure you're alive out here.
Kefano, Shotty, Jordan had a long criminal history. He was a very high-ranking member of 9TRE.
What he did best was street shit. What he did best was handle it in the streets on every situation.
Bitch, I'm a gangster. Like, I embrace it. Like, bro, gangster is showing you, bro, at any cost, I'm gonna get the job done. And I'm gonna get paid.
There's no management to 6ix9ine. Y'all gotta come correct. Management gotta pay us.
Legitimate industry heads didn't want Shotty around.
I think there's a lot of confusion with what role he played. Shotty was more so like a road manager. So he would help, you know, collect the back end if needed to do so. The person who coordinated the tour, he was like, you know, I'll take this whole tour apart if you don't send Shotty home. Because he didn't like the way Shotty was speaking to him. So Shotty got sent home early.
After that, 6ix9ine looked through a couple of contracts and said, wait, why is Shotty getting this? And why is... They were asking certain questions, and because of that, him and Shotty had a little strained relationship for a second.
He came back and said money wasn't right. He felt like he was losing money.
You got made money was not responsibility for me.
Then, interestingly enough, it all flipped back around. It felt like it's bigger than business. It's bigger than anything when you rely on this one guy for your life. When 6ix9ine got back from Europe, he was still with Shotty and 9TRE. And with his international clout, he started doing big money shows.
My rate right now for shows is 100,000. Nothing under 100,000.
I love 6ix9ine.
Co-signs from Kanye and Nicki helped 6ix9ine get to the next level.
Now you doing something with Kanye. What was you doing with it? Was that Kanye's album, your album, Nicki album?
Nah, it's my album.
But right as he was reaching the top of his game, that's when things got crazy.
Me everything, nigga. Get up. Get up. Tekashi69? He is kidnapped from my car.
Tekashi69 was kidnapped, pistol whipped, and robbed, and ended up in the hospital.
You could see that it changed him a bit after he grew up.
If you got a problem in New York, I'm from Brooklyn, 18 Locust Street, pop out. Gang.
In part 6 of our 8-part series, we see the wall starting to close in on 6ix9ine as he faces threats from both the streets and the police.
Anybody can get touched. And that's what my fear is.
I'm just saying, like, yo, blood, it's not so hard to find me. It's not hard to find me. It's not hard.
When 6ix9ine came back to the US from the World Domination Tour, he was so hot in the game, everybody wanted to work with him.
We got Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, Lil Baby.
Even when they were shooting people, every record that he was dropping would automatically touch Billboard. When something's hot, people try to embrace it and get near the fire.
In advance of his album release, he dropped Fifi, his collab with Nicki Minaj, and the record shot to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 charts.
It's number 2 on Apple Music. Like, it passed Drake.
The same day, the video for Fifi dropped, the gangster life finally caught up with 6ix9ine.
Gang! Gang! I need everything, nigga. Get up. Get up. Get in the car. Give me your money. Get in the car, nigga.
Patrick, my homie. Can I call you my homie?
I'd rather you not, please.
Noted.
The July 2018 robbery and kidnapping of Tekashi.
But you know Tekashi69, the rapper, the singer? Yeah, they just kidnapped it. 2 guys with guns.
We're at a red light, and a car just smashes the whole back of the car. Like, I froze. Doors swung open. Run everything.
I'm glad everything is alright. I'm glad everything's okay. I'm glad everything's alright.
The king of New York still stands. That's all that matters, man.
I saw the bruises. The bruises were real. It was like, yo, I thought I was gonna die.
It came from the inside. The only people that could got next to me is the people that's already next to me.
I thought he was just saying that publicly, but he said that to me privately. If niggas can't get it from you, they gonna take it from you.
Just say like it wasn't no outside niggas. That's all, you know what I'm saying? It's niggas that that know how King of New York moves.
What the public didn't know was that there was a lot of drama happening behind the scenes with 6ix9ine and the 9 Trey Bloods. The whole time I was reading the story, I said, where was Shotty at?
That's what I said.
Why you got that? What you mean, Shotty?
9 Trey member Anthony Harv Ellison robs and kidnaps and beats up Tekashi.
I try to call you, bro. I pick up everything.
So why ain't got your number?
Because I asked for your number, they changed the number. I'll pick up everything.
They knew Tekashi69 had a lot of money, and they were out to get what they wanted. They wanted to get theirs, as they say in the streets.
Guys.
3, 2, 1.
There was lots of infighting in 9 Trey. The core of the rift is between Shotty and Harv. They didn't like each other. They had a fight over who was in control of Tekashi's career.
The hardest artist in America. Ain't nobody hotter than Tekashi69.
Treyway. Harv has sense, and Harv started doing a lot of the road manager shit for Tekashi.
At a certain point, it is determined that Shotty is going to be in control of Tekashi's career and the attendant money, and Harv is not. Harv is sort of jettisoned from being around Tekashi.
Tekashi just kind of pick and choose who he wants to disconnect with whenever he wants. Harv was beefing about some bread. Tekashi was like, yo, I don't have the bread.
Harv feels he is owed money. He feels like Tekashi is claiming to be a member of this gang and doesn't really belong.
Get in the car, get in the car. All right, get in the car, get in the car. We're gonna shoot you.
Harv was punching him and then filmed him and said, say you're not Billy. Billy is slang for a member of 9 Trey. More important, I think, to Harv than the $365,000 worth of jewelry he got was getting Tekashi on tape admitting, I'm not a real member of this gang.
He got hair down to his knee.
Alexa,
After that, he got a little bit paranoid, but he still felt like he was protected from Shotty.
My energy is too crazy.
So you took it to
Treyway.
But Shotty couldn't protect him from what was actually coming next.
While Tekashi is living it up in Dubai, shooting the stupid video, an apartment he is in the process of moving out of on Kingston Street in Brooklyn is raided by the police.
They raided his house and they found a AR, which is an assault rifle, and they found a stolen bag. Turns out the feds was building a case against the 9 Trey Bloods for several months.
One thing I fear in life. No, two things. No, I'm not gonna. I fear God and I fear the FBI.
Despite the raid, 6ix9ine was still standing with Shotty and 9 Trey.
Shotty, I want you to give him that strong Treyway. 1, 2, 3. Treyway!
But a month after that, everything changed.
What is really Treyway? Treyway is nothing without me. If 6ix9ine wasn't mentioning Treyway, would Treyway even be a thing?
The 9 Trey dudes were ready to shoot for you when you were with them. What do you think you're gonna do when you're not with them?
The swanky restaurant Philippe turned into a crime scene after associates of Brooklyn rapper Tekashi69 got into a scuffle with a bodyguard.
9 Trey start getting on the phone with each other about how we've got to get him.
That's cool, but now you gotta get violated. Yeah, super violated. Super.
When something's hot, people try to embrace it and get near the fire.
There was lots of infighting in 9 Trey over who was in control of Tekashi's career.
He just kidnapped 6ix9ine. Tekashi69, he just kidnapped him from my car.
Turns out the feds was building a case against the 9 Trey Bloods for months.
I fear God and I fear the FBI. I die today, do I die happy? Do I die knowing I was a good father? Do I die knowing I was a good son to my mom?
In part 7 of our 8-part series, 6ix9ine's friends turn to enemies and he finds himself with his back against the wall as everything begins to unravel.
We in New York, we invading. It's behind the scenes. Every time we touch it, it's viral.
The kids needed, they needed an event. Nobody better than Tekashi69 to give it to them, right?
By October 2018, 6ix9ine already put the kidnapping in his rearview mirror. He was focused on actually finishing his album and closing out all his legal troubles.
I had an underage girl in the video, right? And shit happens, you know what I'm saying? Girls lie about ages. Everyone knows this, right?
She was 14.
A lot of people get caught up in this, right?
6ix9ine thinks he's getting locked up for 4 years. He doesn't. He gets probation. The judge just said, based on us giving you more probation time, you cannot be around gang members no more.
He gets off. Everyone's ecstatic. Big celebration. He goes to dinner with his label head at Philippe Chow in Manhattan. Shoddy follows them there.
He tells the security, like, yo, let everybody else in except the dudes. Like, you know, except the dudes who the judge just said can't be around.
Shoddy and the 9 Trey Bloods, they showed up at the restaurant because they didn't want out.
They're trying to, like, force themselves into this place. Shoddy and them hit the dude with a chair over the head. As soon as the dude collapses, the other dude pulls out his gun and shoots one of them.
What's wrong with you niggas? Wait them up!
When you start dealing with the level of guys that these guys are, this is not the play. Translation, I still am playing by gang and street rules.
After the kidnapping, FBI raid, the drama in Philippe Chow, I mean, 6ix9ine kind of knew if he didn't make some drastic changes, he'd end up dead or in jail.
And he didn't want to seem like he was that close to the gang anymore.
I don't want Jack Treyway no more.
He went on the Breakfast Club. He said, yo, everybody on my team's fired.
Treyway is nothing without me.
You fired Trey too?
Everybody is gone. Get out my life.
I spoke to him the day before Breakfast Club. He like, Chair, everything is cool, everything is cool. And I just remember being stunned and being like, I just spoke to this kid last night.
So you and Treyway not even cool?
I'm done.
Don't ever let the liquid touch your skin.
6ix9ine completely cut off 9 Trey, and he was trying to repair his image and push on with his career.
Everybody know me for giving back to people that's less fortunate. I was
Despite all the drama, he was still in the show at all the big events. He performed at Jay-Z's Made in America and also Power 105 Powerhouse concert.
Are y'all ready? This is my last song. Drop that shit.
At the time, man, Gummo was the hottest thing moving. That was the record in the city. Wherever that record drops at whatever point, especially in New York City, it's an explosion.
But now, Treyway was coming after him.
Boy playing dirty, bro. He trying to dry snitch at the same time, homie. But he keeps saying, Treyway, that nigga Treyway. Treyway, ain't no Treyway.
9 Trey start getting on the phone with each other about how we've got to get him.
Man, you gotta get violated.
Yeah, super violated. Super. Ain't too much he can really do unless he gonna run around with 100 armed securities all day.
Right after Tekashi had disowned the gang, these guys got on the phone and said, we've got to violate him.
Now, according to Shoddy, the feds had already reached out to him even before the Breakfast Club. That would make the most sense why he started to disassociate himself, because yeah, shit was getting real.
The cops brought him in and told him, there's a threat on your life. These dudes are about to try to kill you. Do you want us to protect you? And he said, nah, I'm good. He left.
And the hip-hop cops was harassing you.
Yeah, you know, shout out hip-hop police, man, you know what I'm saying?
The next day at 2 a.m., someone hits me and they say, yo, 6ix9ine just got picked up by the feds. I'm like, no, what are you talking about? They're like, no, it's the feds.
Tekashi69, he's fighting federal charges for his freedom.
He and 5 of his former associates were arrested on racketeering and firearm charges.
The Crips not f***ing with me. Oh shit, I definitely said Treyway could suck my dick last night. Now I'm in jail by myself.
In part 8 of this 8-part series, the truth of what actually went down with 6ix9ine and 9 Trey comes to light, while 6ix9ine's future hangs in the balance.
Today, it was revealed Tekashi is a part of the 9 Trey gang.
On November 18, 2018, 6ix9ine was arrested along with his manager Shoddy and several other members of 9 Trey.
I found out that night. It was like, yo, they just got Shoddy, and they said they just got Tekashi. I didn't sleep that night.
The rainbow-haired rapper faces 9 federal felonies, including racketeering, firearms charges, narcotics trafficking, and violent crimes in aid of racketeering.
RICO means a racketeering, influenced, corrupt organization.
RICO is the easy way for the feds to arrest all the members of a gang without tying each member to a specific crime.
I know Johnny D didn't kill that girl.
You gonna try to fight for me?
They'll kill you. You get to the bottom of this.
You should train up another lawyer in case they take you out.
When Tekashi's first arrested, he pleads not guilty. The counts have a minimum of 47 years in prison. The only way to get less than 47 years in prison is to cooperate.
A lot of these guys always say, oh, I'll never tell on anyone, I'm never going to snitch. I've talk to hundreds and hundreds of guys, and 90 to 95% of them talk.
Literally the day after he was arrested, he began considering cooperating.
You know, I got word from somebody inside. They called me and was like, yo, Tekashi got moved. If you get moved at this point, it's almost a guarantee that he's going to start cooperating. I didn't believe it at first. Some of his biggest records says he won't talk, he won't snitch.
I'm hurt. I'm like, you know, I didn't think he would, for not 1 second he wouldn't cooperate.
When 6ix9ine pled guilty, he gave the feds details of several violent attacks. All was directed against 6ix9ine's industry enemies.
I want to say to all my haters that, you know, I really appreciate y'all.
When Trippie Redd was playing at Radio City, 9 Trey people, including Tekashi, tried to get at Trippie Redd.
Shotty and 6ix9ine followed Trippie back to his hotel after the show and jumped him. The incident was never reported. On April 3rd, several members of 9 Trey jumped and robbed Lord Dizzy from Scum Gang and stole his backpack. The same backpack police found at 6ix9ine's crib during the raid. 6ix9ine also confirmed that he had ordered the Times Square hit on Chief Keef.
No matter what you do, no matter what you say, that's the rules that you know what I'm saying? And I abide by the rules.
There's two different people in this world, street and civilian. If you are a civilian, incorporate the police when you need them. But when you are in the street, when you are a gang member, you cannot, under any circumstances, involve the police.
I've never ever understood a code of conduct for criminals who can't obey the regular rules. But hip-hop has always been about the streets. And in the streets, you don't talk, you don't snitch.
I think a lot of why you're not seeing a lot of support is because of the narrative of Tekashi being a snitch and telling and being a rat. Nobody respects that.
Does it make you regret doing the record?
Nah, don't make me regret doing the record, but I had love for him. He just did that, so I can support that.
When and if he gets out, would you do music with him again?
I never ever say, yo, because this nigga did X, Y, Z, I'm never gonna work with this nigga again. But, you know, do as you want to be done on to others.
Tekashi should have done what everybody else did in the case. Shut the f up.
Being vulnerable and paranoid and getting locked up, and then you hear of someone planning to kill you.
But now you gotta get violated.
I started to see signs of why he made up his mind to talk about it.
Tekashi was the first domino to fall. Once he did, Shotty pleads guilty and is sentenced to 15 years in prison.
I literally put my life on the line for him numerous times. I put my friends around to protect him, and that's how you thank us.
Despite his cooperation, 6ix9ine did not get off with time served.
Tekashi was sentenced to just 24 months in federal prison. 6ix9ine is scheduled for release in November 2020. With time off for good conduct, he could be out as early as the end of next July.
I want to say one thing to Daddy Rascal, man. The world is full of rats, and be careful, y'all. Be careful, man.
Will somebody wear me to the face?
I haven't met not one brave soul that came up to me and was like, yo, you fool, you a fake ass gangster. Nobody got the balls to come up to me and do that, bro.
At one point in time, it felt like you had to be from the streets. You had to have some type of gritty past. With the success of Kanye, with the success of Drake and Kendrick, that no longer exists.
We're not talking about big talent. Tekashi developed into a superstar because of his hunger, because of the gang support, because of the image, the tattoo, the rainbow hair, the Mexican shit, because of everything.
It doesn't take a genius to know he's not doing witness protection. He's banking on having a music career. He's the guy who was pretty much down with trading his life to be the biggest rapper.
As much as it was interesting watching him decide to paint himself as a super gangster, let's be honest, the redemption arc is going to be just as interesting.
Are y'all ready? I said, are y'all ready?
Funny enough, last time we talked, he's like, this is a whole motion picture. He's like, this is a movie.
What the f going on, man? I'm the toughest, man, you know what I'm saying?
Regular kid went, and now he's the biggest rapper in the world, and he don't know how to rap. This shit is inspiring to me.
Coming into the game, yeah, with rainbow hair, telling everyone to suck your d. I swear to God, it's a better movie than NWA. This is me and this is who I am, and you're gonna accept it. If not, f you.